Hey everyone, Rena here, and I am really super excited to jump on here today and share with you a little bit about a message that is on my heart to see us women succeed. And I am a self-love coach and intuitive. I also own a little private hair salon in Qualicum Beach, Vancouver Island, British Columbia. And I am with women consistently, day in, day out. And I feel very compelled to share this message. It is a mission of mine. I know it's been planted in my heart for a season and a reason. So when I began this self-love journey I think we're going in about 5 years ago, I was on the cusp of coming out of like a real spiral. Spiral, not going upwards, but definitely going down. You know, I really emotionally started to kind of just dissipate. Like I just wasn't myself anymore. I really had an addiction to please and other people, not myself. I really started to lose my voice because I was really truly in a confined way of thinking and being and behaving. So I really, in fact, started to lose myself and I didn't even know who I was anymore. So when I began that spiritual journey and that self-love journey, I was so hungry for truth and getting back to that root of who I was. And I really didn't know where to start. But how I started was where I thought that I could go, which would be my mind, my mindset, my broken consciousness, that broken mentality that was in my mind that kept replaying the lack of value or, a real struggle with self-confidence that I had. And that's the one thing I really truly wanted to cure in my life before anything, because it just didn't make any sense when I had all the tools, I had all the support, yet I was still feeling like I really literally was supported by a beautiful church community, great friends, a loving home and family. I started my first business. None of this was adding up. So I knew I had to make a change sooner than later. And now that I'm through, and then just moving onwards and upwards and moving towards growth in a different area, as we always do, we're always going to continuously grow and learn. I remember very specifically at this one place starting to actually feel good because I was reconditioning my mind, and in that reconditioning, my behavior started to align itself and my heart started to definitely heal. And there's so many things I'm going to share with you on this channel, not only my journey, but also giving us the tools. But I want to share with you, when you decide that it's your time to step out, and like this dream that's in here that's burning inside of you is no longer going to be shut down and kept quiet. This is when your whole life will enhance. It will change, but I would say it would enhance. So I'm going to speak into the mindset of a true empowered woman. And I always hear out there, I mean, I'm sure you do also, queen and boss babe and, the queen club and, boss chick and everything else, it's all over social media. But have we actually sat back and asked ourselves, what does that actually really mean? What does that behavior really look like? And have we healed and retransformed our minds and renewed them in order to behave in a way that truly is an empowered woman, a queen? Have you created that consciousness, that thoughtful thinking that empowers your life, yourself, to be the truest version of you and show up that way? So that is what I'm going to speak into. It all boils down to, at the end of the day, no matter what you believe, whom you believe in, what religion, whatever walk or whatever race you come from, whatever. It truly is about choosing a healthy relationship with yourself. You. That is required at the end of the day, is a deep relationship with thyself, a love for thyself, an honoring for thyself, a deservedness for thyself. And it is not selfish. There's nothing vain about it. This is all inner work that is required from a deep knowing that there's so much value that's placed on you. And your value doesn't change just because you've made some bad mistakes, bad choices. So you say. Everyone does. And everyone's been through many things. Everyone has a journey. Everyone has a story. That's what makes us unique and special. That's what makes us real. If I was perfect, which I'm certainly not, and I don't want to be, I would like to be authentic. What relevancy would I have to speak into your life? Would you be able to relate to me? So what is the striving for perfection when it actually is a striving to, not a striving, but getting back to the authentic self, to that love of thyself, because we have a job to do. We have a mission, and there are dreams, and there are resources planted inside of you to become that best version, the empowered woman. When I started to really get a hold of my value, and it wasn't in the outside sources. And because I'm a very ambitious woman, I'm very hungry and I'm very passionate, it was easy for me to, and it will always be easy for me to wrap myself in my work. I love it. I enjoy it. I thrive off of it. I do well in it. And, but I had to come to that place where my value was not placed on how well I did at work. My value was just my value. It was my worth. It was what the universe, the creator, had placed inside of me. And I am never going to change. That value's never going to change, ever going to change. My worth is not going to change based on maybe some past actions or past lessons or mistakes. It's never going to change. It's just always is. Like, think about that dollar, that $100 bill. If I picked up a $100 bill and I scrunched it all up and I waved it in front of you and I stomped on the ground, do you think that $100 value, is that going to change? No. Just because I scrunched it up and threw it on the floor, threw it around, it's still going to be a $100 bill. And it's the same with your value. It isn't going to change no matter what your story is, no matter how many lies that you've been led to believe. And this is where that reconditioning and that mindset shift needs to come from the inside, expelled to the outside. When that shifts, when that reconditions, when that subconsciousness pattern that's in a cellular level inside of us starts to heal, starts to be renewed, and you are immersed in the right tools to change and shift that, that's when you begin to really understand your true value. And then your dreams and your purposes and your plans become, wow, they actually are attainable. The other thing that I want to speak to with that part of the mindset when it comes to a true empowered woman is that she really has a strong self-perspective, shall we say, confidence, self-worth. She really walks, talks, behaves in it. She's not really happy with insecurities in her life. She doesn't feel inferior. She doesn't feel inferior around anybody, with anyone. She shows up as her true version. She's an equal. She's not above, but she certainly isn't below. She's an equal, and she walks as such. And she has that true understanding that if there are insecurities, she's going to deal with it. She's going to work on it. And if there's jealousies that rise up from looking at a woman on social media, she's going to figure out a way to actually attain that in her own life, and she's going to go in and heal it. And she's not trying to prove anything. She's not around people that are going to pull her down. She just doesn't waste her time. She doesn't waste her time on things that do not move us forward as women. And truly what can happen as women is that this should have taken place with the father speaking into her life when she was a little girl. That's one of the things. That's one of the build-ups that she should have had when she was a small child. And a lot of times, a lot of girls haven't. I mean, that's just a reality. I work with a lot of women, and it's just a reality. There wasn't a father speaking into her life saying she was this, and this, and this. She grew up believing what was around her and what was told to her. And that's that broken consciousness. That's that broken mindset. That's that mindset that needs to be renewed. She's going to go after it, and she's going to hold on to it, and she's going to remember who she is. And that is that spirit of insecurity, that spirit that wants to pull you down and make you believe a lie. Just remember, that's a subconscious lie. Those are outside factors that's in the mind. Those are just lies that come up, that you are unloved, you're not beautiful, you're not enough, you don't have the skill set for the job. You know what? Everyone has a skill set for a job. We can all learn something. You are not beneath a man. You are of equal value. Women and men were created the same. There is no beneath. There's no hierarchy. No, there's none at all. And so when we begin to walk that, wow, she moves differently. She speaks differently. She shows up real differently. And that's the only type of woman I want to be around, and I want to have more of in my life, and I want to show up for, and I want to be there for you, to give you and support you with tools that can grow that mindset, that can recondition it from square one if we have to, using the right tools through the affirmations, through visualizations, through self-love practices, through EFT, and all of that subconscious work that needs to happen, that reading, that reconditioning. It's your medicine. It's your food. When you start to be hungry for that growth, if you start to desire and thirst for something new, that wisdom that calls you to a deeper level, to awaken yourselves, because you have something to do on this earth, and it isn't to sleep quietly, sit on the sidelines, keep your mouth shut, don't rock the boat. That's not the season that we're in. That's not the season that we are in. We are in a very timely season as empowered women. We are in a very, we are in a time in history where all the giftings and the callings and the plans over a woman's life that's been deposited within you, that seed that has been planted from the beginning of time, is to be nourished. It is to be coming out right now so you can start walking in that full glory, because not only are you worthy of it and the desires of your heart, there's something for you to do on this earth. There's something for you to do. You have to shift. You have to soften. You have to come to that place where I want to do this collectively. And this is where we're at as women. This is a very very timely season. So it is really truly about that retransformation of thy mind. That's when you get your clarity. That's when you get your dreams. That's when you get your inspiration. But until then, that reconditioning of the mind, it can stay stuck. Until we recondition, we can stay stuck. We can use all the words that we want. I'm empowered. I'm a queen. I'm a boss babe. But let me tell you, I've been there. And you know, my behavior wasn't exactly matching up, but I certainly wanted it to. And I certainly desired to have the tools. And I just didn't have the knowledge. And I wanted it. I hungered for it because I knew I was called to do something to help us all grow together collectively. So that is the message today. That is your mission. If you so choose to take it, is to renew the mindset so you become that full version of yourself. I am here for you. If you're looking for that support, just keep following me. And there's lots of resources I will share on here. Obviously, if you check out my website, I have my book that's just about to be launched as well. And I have all the tools that, you know, if you're looking for some private coaching, I'm there for you also. I believe in you. This is your time. This is your season. And I'm so excited for you. I'm proud that you are choosing yourself, and you are absolutely beautiful. Love you, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.